Replacement migration is really a power play. It's really power politics. It's people in politics who want more power, who want more obedient voters. First of all, they want voters, and a lot of them, and they want their unlimited support, guaranteed support. They want to count on these people to support them, which is very easy to do if they are dependent. They want them to be financially dependent on welfare, giving them benefits, handouts, welfare. So they are eternally dependent on the government, on these politicians. And the third world is a perfect group of people. They want the money, they want the benefits, they want the house, they want the social security, they want the stability. Of course, they come to Western countries like the United States, like Germany, like Europe, as long as they get free money, free healthcare, free everything, free childcare, free housing, and of course they're gonna do that. And the strong men come first because the women get raped on the way. So the strong military age men come first, and they're the anchors, and then they bring their entire family and their relatives, which is probably a group of 50 people. And they bring them all over once they're here established and set up and settled, and then they get more benefits, more apartments, more healthcare, more. And the government is giving it to them because the government wants their support. They want their votes. They want dependent votership because they want power. And also they want to have a more, they want to establish a government that is more suppressing, and it's easier for the government to overreach. And typically in the third world countries, this is what's going on in third world country governments anyway. So those people who come here, they're used to having an overreaching government. They don't need to apply the same standards like freedom of speech or justice or fair treatment or stuff like that. So this is perfect for politicians who love being tyrannical, totalitarian. These people, the left-wing politicians, love to be, or communist, woke, left, satanic, tyrannical systems love to be totalitarian. They want to say what is allowed and what is not. They want full control over their slaves. They want as much power as they can possibly get. And you've seen this in 2020, the whole stay at home, get lethal injected, you can't go outside after whatever a curfew, like you, you want grown men to stay at home after 9 o'clock. I mean, this happened. This just happened. This is not fantasies. This just happened in a Western civilized, so-called Western civilized country in Germany. I've seen people racing back home because it was like, I don't know, 8 o'clock or something, and you needed to be home by 8. Like they they speeded from work just to make it in time. Like their little mommy told them, "Oh, if you're not back at 8, there's no TV. There's no TV. No TV for you for 2 months. If you're not back by 8, you got to be kidding me." And these psychopath, narcissist, woke, communist, left-wing, radical psychopaths, politicians, people, they love that. They love the power play. They love the totalitarian, tyrannical systems where they can just press a button and everybody needs to comply. And this is why they love third world country population, because they're used to that anyway. And it's much, much easier to overreach on those people. And they don't care about the destruction. Like the Muslims don't like gay people and stuff like that, and there's a bunch of conflict and violence, but they don't care. They don't care because they just care about the money, the power, and having the possibility to do what they want. And the immigrants, they're dependent financially, internally. Most of them don't even speak, the language. They don't speak German in Germany, or they don't speak English in the United States. It's ridiculous. But they incentivize with free money, free healthcare, free housing, free anything and everything. They incentivize so much for these people to come here, that they come here, of course, and they bring all their friends and their family and their relatives. And if it's legal or illegal, doesn't care. If it's too illegal, well, they just change the law and make it legal. They don't give a shit. And this is the open border, no border politics since 2015. And just 10 years later, you can see the damage. It's destroying society. And these people want society to be destroyed. They don't care about culture or conflict or killing or raping or gang raping. There are 2 gang rapes in Germany a day, per day. 2 gang rapes per day. So this is the new normal. This is the new society. But remember, this is what you voted for. The conservatives voted for these politicians. They thought this is the way to go, but it's not. It isn't. And then I still hear, well, if you want to destroy a society, of course it is, right? But I still hear like left-wing politicians. Just yesterday in an interview, they said, "Oh, it's a right-wing policy because they're importing the cheap workers." Are you kidding me? So these people are so retarded that they actually think that these people on welfare, they're contributing anything to society. They're a net negative. They take money. They don't produce anything. They don't work anywhere. They're not benefiting any company. What are you, retarded? They come here to breed and get 7 kids, and they get money, child benefits, money for every kid. So basically, if you have around maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids, you don't need to work anyway, because you're getting thousands of euros in benefits just for child support. And and then you just get a second apartment and a second wife, and then you do it all over again, and then you end up with 20 kids, and 20,000 euros a month. How is that a right-wing position? Are you fucking retarded? And this is from a extremely famous politician. I'm not going to say his name, but it's ridiculous. These people are ridiculous. Like, anybody with a little bit of common sense is smarter than these dumbass politicians. They're so confused, or they're really just pretending to be this dumb, and they understand, but they stick to their political jargon to stay on position, because otherwise they would lose too many voters. I don't know, but it doesn't matter. They sound like they lost their mind, because they're so confused with the left and the right, and what's left and what's right, and what's this and what's that. These are people who are way out of touch with reality. It has nothing to do with reality. Reality is really simple. It's really practical. Let me give you an example. If you have a garden, you can decide what you want to grow in that garden. And if you say, well, the Germans are, potatoes, so let's just keep it really simple, because, the IQ up there is in question with most of you. So let's just really keep this simple. So if you want to grow potatoes, what do? Well, you plant potato seeds, right? Pretty simple. And then you weed out the weed, so only potato grows in your garden. I mean, wow, right? Just wow. It's really, really sophisticated. Okay, but if you don't want that, and if you're doing something else, and you're planting 50 different vegetables and a bunch of weed, well, then you have a mix of 50 different vegetables plus weed. That's your garden. But here's the thing, you can't have both. You can't have a potato garden and at the same time growing 50 different vegetables and a bunch of weed. You have to make a choice. You have to decide, and you have to be consistent. Yeah? If you want to grow potatoes, you just plant potatoes, and everything else is weeded out. You weed out the weeds. You get it out. You take it out. You don't want weed. You don't want carrots. You see, you don't want 50 different vegetables. You want potatoes. So you're taking care of the garden that potatoes are actually growing. And this is what those people don't want. They want a mix of 50 different vegetables and weed and chaos and conflict, and they don't give a shit. They love it. And if you look at what's going on in the cities, if you look at the population, it's not fiction, it's not a theory. We're not talking about a thesis that mass migration replacement is happening. It's not a theory, it's a fact. You know, whether you like me or like my language or like my whatever, it doesn't change the facts. You know, whether you understand the metaphor with the potatoes or not, it doesn't change the facts. You can dislike all this as much as you want, but it never, ever fucking changes the facts. So if you want a mix of 50 different vegetables and all the drama and the conflict that comes with it, this is what you decided. This is what you wanted. This is what you voted for. Remember that. Remember that. When you get gang raped or stabbed with a knife, or you can't pay your bills because, you know, the social security and the taxes and the health insurance premium is so high, it's completely ridiculous, and you can't afford food, you can't find an apartment. It's because you're being replaced. Like, because 50 other people from 50 other countries are living in those apartments, are getting the doctor's appointment, are taking the benefits. You are paying for them. You are subsidizing, you are paying with your money for these people to be here. Are you retarded? Your health insurance premium is paying for 5 other migrants. This is what you wanted. Remember, when you get stabbed with a knife and gang raped, don't complain, because this is what you wanted and you voted for, and now you have it. If nobody in middle school is speaking German, this is what you wanted. You wanted these people, remember? You voted for these politicians. You voted for these policies to be implemented. Well, now you have it. What did you expect? Like, what did you expect? You decided you want 50 different vegetables in your garden. Now you have it. You didn't say, oh, I just want potatoes. That's not what you said. Does it? No. I just want to support potatoes. I want potatoes to grow in my garden. This is not what you said. You said, no, come all over. We pay for everything, no problem. Bring all your relatives, bring all your family, no problem. We pay for all of them. Health insurance for all of them. I'm even paying health insurance for people in foreign countries. They're not even living in Germany, and they still get health insurance paid by me because I'm forced to pay for it. This is what you wanted. So just remember, when everything goes to shit in your life because you're being replaced and you can't afford anything because you're paying for everything, you know why. You understand why. Now you finally understand why this is happening. Well, it's because you wanted it and you allowed it to happen. Got it? It's called mass migration replacement, and you're being replaced. A mini man, grow that trying.